Hello and welcome to my video, lesson 3.2, decimal estimation. So first of all, we have to remember regular estimation. So let's take a look at these first two questions. So we looked at this earlier and we remembered that when we're estimating things, that means that we are going to be rounding. Okay, so there's a rounding process and then you're going to find your answer. So let's take a look at this. So when we're estimating this question, we look at this second number and it determines our first number. So the 5, since it is equal to 5, anything 5 or higher, all of this section here will round up, and 4 or lower will round down. So because this is a 5, it's going to round our number up. Whoopsies. So that means we have 400. And our next number is going to be this 8 rounds the 2, so it's 300. So it rounds it up to 300. So now, if we remember correctly, we are going to add our zeros all together. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, because that's how many zeros are up top. And then 4 times 3 is 12, and we put that in front. Okay, so that's just a little recap. And if we look at this next question, similar sort of process, we are going to take this number, round the next one. So that gives us 6,000 and 6,000. This one rounds the next one, which will then stay the same because it's on the lower side. So now what we're going to do is go 6 divided by 20, or 6,000 divided by 20. And my trick is that I just ignore any zeros that line up. So now it's 600 divided by 2, which is 300. Or one way I would do it is write down the zeros and then add the 6 and 6 divided by 2. Sorry about that little interruption. So anyways, we'd go 6 divided by 2 is 3, and then add the zeros afterwards. So those are the two examples of estimation with big numbers. But now with decimals, it's the same process. So I'm going to use literally the same numbers. I just added a decimal at the front. So if I try that here, let's, this should be smaller. Make it smaller? I can make it smaller. Okay. So this first one here would be 3, the 5 rounds up the 3 to 4.00, or even more simply, just 4. And the 2, or the 8 rounds up the 2 to 3.00, or just simply 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So rounding this here, we could round it to equal roughly 12. Now it's going to be less than that, and that's not exactly the answer, but that's an estimation. Okay, looking at our next one here, this one will probably be a little bit closer to the right answer, but also a little bit off. So let's take a look. So the 9 rounds up the 5, so 6.000, or simply just 6. And divided by, and the 3 rounds down the 2, so it stays 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this is called using benchmarks. And let's take a look at the next couple questions here. So we've got the 9 rounds up the 3 to a 4. The 3 rounds down the 5, so keeps it the same. So 4 times 5 is 20. So roughly speaking, this is actually going to be very close to the right answer. Roughly speaking, that would be right. Let's take a look at this next one. So the 8 will round up the 5. So now we have 36. 6 rounds up the 3 as well, so we have 4. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. And so roughly speaking, that would be our answer. So this is decimal estimation. There's really not much to it other than that you have to remember basically how to do the old estimation and then carry it forward to decimals. Good luck!